Matrix, we're going to discuss phase 2 of your PAT, so that you guys know what is expected from you there. So we've obviously discussed phase 1. If you weren't here for this discussion, then you're going to have to watch the previous video, but let's just get started. So we discussed what is required from you during your phase 1 part of the PAT. So now we're going to talk about phase 2. So phase 2 is basically you actually getting everything that you need to do as part of your working drawings together, okay? So phase 2 presentation requirements. So you need to pick, remember you did a table in the last phase where you chose which drawing you preferred. So that's the one you're going to be drawing here. So you need to present the selected solution as a set of working drawings. So that's important because I just said I'm going to do working drawings that meet the following criteria. Okay, all the drawings must be prepared on appropriately sized drawing sheets, set up with correct borders. Only one of the drawing sheets must be set up with a complete civil title panel, okay? The drawings must provide clear evidence that a high level of competency has been attained in the following 2 drawing methods: instrument drawing, CAD, computer-aided drawing, okay? So if you are a school that uses CAD, you will have to use CAD as part of your PAT. But if you do not have CAD at your school, you are just going to do a drawing using your drawing instruments, okay? So you're not going to need to worry about CAD at all. Okay, so they want you to draw detailed layout drawings of the selected freehand solution of the complete restaurant and museum, including the veranda and pergolas, clearly showing all the required building features. Okay, the layout drawings must show the following orthographic views: the complete floor plan drawn to a suitable scale, preferably not smaller than scale 1 to 75. I will do a separate video explaining the metric scale to you guys, because this here is the metric scale and a lot of people tend to get a bit confused with that, so I will do a separate video on that. But you're basically required to draw a floor plan, okay, 2 elevations, and again, if you don't know what this is, you can actually just refer to your workbooks. During your civil drawing section of your workbooks, you'll be given a floor plan and your elevations, and you should be able to know what it is, but I'm pretty sure you guys do already know, so I'm not going to go too much into that. So you're going to need 1 floor plan, 2 elevations, drawn to the same scale as the floor plan. So you cannot draw this bigger or smaller than this. If you choose scale of 1 to 75 for your floor plan, you need to choose the same scale for your elevations, okay? So you need to draw 1 elevation including the front entrance to the museum, and the other needs to include a side view of the museum. Okay, both views must also show the veranda and wooden pergolas. It is recommended that you draw the elevations that would be required for the 2-point perspective drawing. So in other words, you're going to actually be drawing a 2-point perspective drawing later on. And you, as you know, if you have a look at your workbooks, your perspective drawing normally has the roof of the building plus 2 different views on both sides of the paper. And so you're going to preferably need to take the 2 sides of your museum that you would be using in your perspective. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, but it should. Okay, a detailed section drawn to scale 1 to 20. So this is non-negotiable. It does need to be scale of 1 to 20, showing the detail from the foundation to the roof on a cutting plane that passes through a wooden multi-panel sliding door, the veranda, and wooden pergola. Okay. So you basically need to show everything that they've given you here. They also want you to include all of the following on the relevant view. So all exterior features, including door, window, and veranda detail. So you're going to decide if that's something that needs to be seen on your elevation or your floor plan or your section. That's up to you. Obviously, I can't tell you guys this, but you guys should know where you're going to see a door and window, veranda detail, etc., etc. Okay, note all window and door frames must be shown in the 2 elevations, so keep that in mind. The roof detail, including all rainwater items and roof lines, this you will also see in your workbook if you're not sure. So I promise everything you need is in your workbook or you have already done. All permanent fixtures, so that's things that are already built in the house. So the only way I can explain it is if you go into, say you moving into a new house and you're looking at the house or apartment, you will know that they don't sell you the apartment, for instance, with a desk included, right? The things that are included are things that are already there in the house, like your kitchen sink, for instance. That is what a permanent fixture is, in your built-in cupboards. Okay, so just think of like purchasing a new home with nothing in it. What is already included in the house, that is what you would be consider, or that is what you would consider your permanent fixture. Okay, all electrical fittings and the wiring layout you need to have in there. Wastewater disposal systems, titles, labels and notes, your scales used, detailed dimensioning, cutting plane, all hatching detail, and your north point. Again, you need to decide where these are going to go on which relevant views, because not all of these are going to go on your floor plan, not everything is going to go on your elevation, etc, etc. Okay, so that you're going to need to pay special attention to. All right, so that's phase one. Let's just have a look at that. So phase one. Okay, then they want you to draw to a suitable scale a complete detailed site plan, which is this site plan here. All you're going to do is you're going to stick your building on the site plan. You can obviously decide where it's going to go. I suppose it depends, it's up to you, but obviously it can't go where there are existing buildings, and you can't put it on top of a vineyard or a tree. Okay, so that's something you need to consider. But this is your site plan that you are going to use. And then it says include all the following: given site details and features including all existing buildings, the proposed new restaurants and museum, parking area and driveways, all sewage detail with all labels and notes included, dimensions including the reference dimensions and corner heights, scale and north points. One thing to also remember here is that you can't change, for instance, your sewage. If you put your sewage a certain way on your floor plan, you can't change how it looks on your site plan, right? Your sewage is not going to move at all. So please keep that in mind. Okay, draw a detailed bird's eye view, 2-point perspective drawing of the entire restaurant and museum, including the veranda without the pergolas. Okay, so they do want your veranda, but you don't have to put the pergolas there. Orientates the perspective drawings that will clearly show the entrance to the museum and entire veranda. The horizontal line must be 1 meter above the top of the roof. I will double check if I can show you how to do that. But yeah, if I do, then I'll just make a separate video for you guys based on that. But basically, you will have an example in your workbook where if your building, for instance, has a height of, I don't know what, say for instance 20 meters, then your horizontal line would literally sit 1 meter above that 20-meter building. So I hope that makes sense, but I'll just double check that for you guys. Evidence of the following must be included: all views and drawings used to produce the perspective drawing, the construction method used to produce the perspective drawing. Use a copy of the perspective drawing which may contain artistic features as a picture for the cover page of your PAT portfolio. So you're going to draw your perspective drawing and then you're going to print the picture and use it as your front cover. But also, one thing you guys need to know here is that there's a chance that you're going to have to shrink your elevations, your floor plan, etc. For your perspective drawing. So you might have to make a note of that, and you're going to have to keep all of your views and drawings together to show that you did use them to produce your perspective drawing. Okay, so it's up to you what you end up doing. But yeah. Then again, as we always talk about, these pages here at the back are what you use to check that you have done everything that you have needed to do, or that you did need to do in order to complete your drawing. So layout drawings and pictorial drawing of selected solution, drawing sheet preparation. So here you have to make sure that all of your drawing sheets are exactly how they need to be, with your title blocks and civil title panels and that sort of thing. Okay, then you need to draw your detailed layout drawings. Okay, so they want a floor plan, and then they give you what they want in the floor plan: correlation with selected free and solution, hatching details, suitable scale, and north point. So these are all you need to review on your own and see, okay, do I have all of this in my PAT? Okay, 2 elevations with what you need in them, your detailed section, your detailed site plan, and your 2-point perspective drawing as well. Okay, so that is all part of your phase 2, and looking at the back of this drawing will help you to determine what is expected of you with your drawings. So I hope this gives you a little bit of an idea of what to do. Unfortunately, I can't help you with everything, but as long as you understand it, you should be okay, because basically if you understand it, you're going to know what to do. Okay, so my advice is read these, especially they're going to be super helpful in helping you do what you need to do. And do not forget to keep referring to this scenario over here, because a lot of your answers and what is expected from you is in this paragraph. So you need to make sure, or this write-up, so you need to make 100% sure that you know exactly what they want from you at all given times. Okay, so I hope this helped you.